G'day guys, how's it going? Right, in this video, well, what I'm actually doing is I'm getting myself all organised, ready for this weekend doing the dual sport ramble. So that's 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, and that's one night's camp at a campground. So I thought, well, bugger it, you know what? I've bloody got this new thing that I have on the website where you can print out your own packing list. So I'm putting this now to an actual test. This is the first time I've physically actually done that. I utilised it, and so far it's working out really well because it's a basic one, not over the top, personalised to me. And then as you can see, I've got writings and stuff like that where I've added all the little extra bits and pieces that I need to remember. And of course you can also there's a, what do you call it, an electronic version of it where you can tick your bits and pieces off on there. Right, doesn't matter. Okay, so what I'll do is my luggage. So on here I have pannier left, pannier right, duffel and tail bag, and then tank bag. So that's anybody on a motorbike, you're going to have two panniers, a duffel bag or a tail bag on the back, a tank bag, and then obviously if you've got extras, you can add extras to it. So I'm going to show you what I'm running. Right, so come around the back here. So there is, now I've had these for more than 10 years. That is the Wolfman Expedition bags. They can hold 19 litres each bag. There you go. So that's my tail bags done. I've got the Enduro Wolfman tank bag. I don't know what the literage of that is. It's just a medium sized bloody bag. Then I have my duffel bag. If I turn it around, you'll see it's a Wolfman. This thing holds 40 litres. Brilliant bag. Now I may or may not, I don't normally, but I do have my Renegade bag. I'm not sure the size of that, but I would most probably say 20 litres is what that would hold. So that's open on the end, whereas this one's up here. Now how I do it is I put everything in there. So all the gear, tents and sleeping bags and pillows and all that kind of stuff, they don't have individual bags. That all just gets put into one bag. I've done videos on this before, having one bag system, and then I just use that to squash down, and it just works for me. So that is the bag setup. Now, just as a note to anybody going, oh Mark, so where did you get them, or how much do they cost, or whatever, you can't get them anymore. If I was to go out now and do it, I wouldn't buy them, or their replacement version of them. They're way too expensive. There are cheaper brands out there that I would think, and what I've seen actually and felt, the same, what do you call it, robustness. Like they've been through the bloody ringer, those bags. It's only been on the saddlebags that some of the clips, when the bike's gone over and I've gone skinning down, that they've broken, but it's never been an issue. I've either replaced a strap or just do it a different way. So you can't get those ones anymore. And check out the cheaper stuff. You don't have to go Wolfman by any stretch of the imagination. I got them back in 2013, I would think. 13, 14? No, 2013. Yeah, because it was when I did the Simpson Desert with Ken. Right, so I've got all my bags bloody sorted out, so I can tick all those things off. I'm not doing it until tomorrow, as I've finally done it. I just wanted to get this done. I need me short lookers. Shit, hopefully I'm not rambling, guys. All right, so how I do this, and it might be better if I have a different thing that pops up. So I've got my house, so tent. Now I've added picnic blanket to that tent. So this is my tent. It's a Hauck 2 tent. You can still buy this, just do a search online. So that's my inner tent, the fly, the pegs, the poles, boom. So that's basically my house. Now this is going to be cold. I think Sunday morning will be 2 degrees. I'll whack up what it is in Fahrenheit there. So obviously I'm trying to make sure I'm going to keep warm. And what I'm going to do is run my picnic blanket. But I'll tell you what I've done before is I've had this picnic blanket and I put it out across all of the bottom of the tent, and then I'll stick my stuff on it. This time I'm going to fold this in half and have that go under my sleeping, the mattress, which is that. That will hopefully create a little bit more air gap in between here to hold the warmth and not let that cold coming straight through, if you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, that is what's on there. Now, then I've got my sleeping mat, which is this one here. And in here will also be the little air sac that I use to blow it up. This is the Cedar Summit Ethernet, what is it? Ethernet Ether Light XT. If you see there, that. Look, I think a lot of the brands now are all pretty switched on, but this, when I first got it, was an absolute game changer. I think I've done videos on it. But when it's really cold, like what it is at the moment, if you're in a cold place, you're mostly looking at it and you're going, that's bloody summer to me. But to us Australians, that's friggin' cold. So I've got that, but I have an extra thing that I whack over the top of that. I'll take glasses off. And that is, it's a felt. I actually first did this when I used the Halanox cot. So you know what the Halanox cot is. So I got we went and got some felt. It's just felt material that goes over the top, and then she just sewed on this elastic stuff on either end so that it wouldn't slip around. And it also now works, and I've done it before and it works great. When this is blown up, I then put this over the top of that. And it doesn't take up a lot of weight, but yeah, just all about making it as warm as possible. Because the thing is, I want to have a good time when I go out, so that when I come back, I'm going to want to do it again. That's the whole point. If you go out and you have a miserable time, well, of course you're not going to want to go back out, you know, motorcycle camping. And if that's the case, well then when you go doing your motorcycle stuff, you make sure you stay in a motel or a hotel or a caravan park or whatever, if that's how you run. That's nothing wrong with that. All right, so I've got 2 pillows. I always run 2 pillows. I don't like the blow up ones. These are Coleman ones. You can't get these anymore. And I just run 2 of them. And then I normally use my jacket to even prop it up even more, if you know what I'm talking about. So that was the pillows. I've got a chair and a table. Did I miss the sleeping bag? Sleeping mat? I did. Sleeping bag plus blanket. So this is a Cedar Summit, what does it call it? AC3. You can't get this one either, but there will be comparable bloody ones. This has a comfort rating of minus 11 degrees. So it's a bit of a mummy type bag thing. And that's down, so really, really warm to sleep in. But I'll carry this blanket here, and all I do is I shove it in there. I don't wrap myself around it. I hop well, I'll normally put it in there first, but it's most probably next to me. I'm not wrapping myself in it. It's just filling up the space in there that will helps keep it warmer, if you know what I mean. I learnt that a long time ago. Actually, me and Nay, and I had a mate, bloody said, just put the blanket in there and tell me what you think in the morning. In the morning I went, holy shit, that was fucking awesome, Dave. Right. So that's the sleeping bag, the blanket. What else have we got? Right, chair and table. So just the Halinox chair. And I'm actually bringing a table. I don't normally bring the table. I've got one, and I thought this time, bugger it, I'm going to do it. I've also got a new alcohol system happening too. So I'll show you that in a minute. Cool. So that basically gets my house organised. So I've got somewhere dry to store everything, including myself, and to be sleep in it and be comfortable. So my next thing is the wardrobe. I'll just turn you around. This is pretty much run and gun, guys. I was just bloody doing it and I thought, bugger it, I should show you guys. So now I don't know whether I've put, no I didn't. So I've also got these hot hands. That's an added thing for the sleeping. If I find that it's a bit too cold, I just crack one of these open, or I'll most probably just crack it before I go and just chuck them down the bottom of the bag, a couple of those, like the toe warmer ones. Or if at camp, I'm getting cold, or at any time, even riding along, I can break one of these open, chuck them in my jacket or big gloves or whatever. So I always carry those. This thing here is can be a trash bag. It's just one of those stuff sack things, just a no-name one. Oh no, it's not. It's a bloody cedar summit. Holy shit! So trash bag. It can be for. We've actually used it for stopping at the supermarket before we get to camp and filling it full of ice, so then we can put all our grog in there and have a cold place to do that. That's in summer, we'll do that. You can use it for carrying water if you want to put your fire out and you've got a local stream or something like that. You just go and bloody fill it up and then poof, your fire's out. So always have that. That sits right on the very bottom of that duffel bag. Right, back to clothing. So these are my camp shoes. They're just pretty much slip on, but they're decent. I actually got a really light pair, but I just found, when I'm stepping on bloody logs in the fire and stuff like that, I wanted something a little bit meatier, but not as meaty as a pair of work boots. Cool. And obviously I always keep them in a plastic bag because around camp they get dirty, and I just slip them into that and it's sweet. So just a pair of bloody cargo pants to wear around the camp. In there is socks, jocks, and a t-shirt, so that if I get wet, I can change into that. But also, if you've been a bit bloody sweaty and stuff like that, I'll change into these when I hop into bed, because if you're sweaty or moist and stuff, that will make you cold during the night. So going into bed dry is important to do that if you want to stay warm. So that's those. There's a towel, beanie, so I'll sleep with the beanie on. Obviously I use that for around camp, but it's also to sleep in if it's really cold. Now here we go. I had deodorant on my list and I said, I'm not going to take deodorant, not for a bloody night over. But that was already in my system, ready to go, so I'm fine. Then there's toothbrush, toothpaste, wipes, and toilet paper. Cool. So that gets all that stuff in my bathroom done. So then we've got pantry, done the luggage. So I'll do the water. Right, so for water, I'll just have a 2 litre bloody thing. Now it's cold, so I don't really need a lot of water, but I'll take it anyway. I'll actually be having a thermos, so I'll run one of these, and not this one because it's only half full. So one of those sits on where the tank bag is. One of those, and then the thermos goes on the other side, so I got that. So I'll be able to run the coffee, and run a bit of water, and then hydration is this thing here. In there is a 3 litre. I most probably only put 2 litres in there. So that's more than enough water. That means that if someone else is short on water, I can always help out. As a note, just in here, I have my, this is just a day runner first aid kit. I have a bigger kit here, but for where we're going and what we're doing, we're never too far from help. So that's just to, you know, it's minor bits and pieces. It's got bandage and stuff like that in there. The bug spray, Windex cleaner. There's, look, see, I keep these things. They last forever, and good old hot hands, eh? I have a small torch in there. I've got my band, which is for that headlamp there, comes off there, and then around camp I'll run it on there. I think that's all really that I've got in there. I've got the top part, that's where snacks and bits and pieces will go in. And of course I've got my PLB sitting on there as well. Right, so that got us water. You guys ready for me? I know you're waiting on me alcohol bloody situation, but hang on. So that's hydration, junk drawer. So I've got lighters, matches, fire starter, headlamp torch, which you just saw. The lamp, I'll be running this lamp, which you might have just seen recently. I said I really love this. But I've got an idea, because I've got that table. I'm going to set up, so this you could run that in the tent by hanging it like that, but I've got an idea with my tripod and my table where I can hang that on there, so I have a light above my table anywhere I choose to put it. So that's why I've got that lamp. What was the lamp? It doesn't matter, whatever. Well, I was sure I was going to say something then. What was I going to say? I don't know. So yeah, and I had the torch up there, the bug spray, and the rubbish bag. I showed you the rubbish bag. So I like things to have multiple purposes if possible. So we've got that. So the lighters. So I have lighters. I've got those fire lighters. I've got these fire lighters. Multiple bloody ways to do fire lighting. That's my cook pack. I'm not going to go too. I'm still bloody getting all that sorted. Communication, so mobile phone and charger, navigation device, which is already sitting there. It's fully charged. I did it last night. Made sure all the updates are done on it, so it's ready to rock and roll. The phone and my charger, I'll just have that. I've got a way of, if I can't, I mean, everything's charged off the bloody bike anyway, but I have cameras and stuff like that, so I have a power bank in here with a couple of cables that if I need to charge something at camp, I can do that. And that also doubles as a, jump starter as well. Which I don't, it's not lost on me that if I charge something overnight in the tent and I drain it and then I need the bloody jump start me bike in the morning, I've buggered myself up. All right, I'm with you. Power bank, the PLB, the first aid kit, ice card. The ice card is on, come on. Guys, you're going to think you're bloody, oh, here we go. Can you see? Yeah, there it is, boom, boom. Not as important on this particular ride because there's people with me not far, going to be pretty much in the phone, but you get it. Right, toolkit, Max's toolkit is in there. It's got all the stuff that I need in there. And then it's just, helmet and goggles, jacket, pants, gloves, riding boots, neck gaiter. Oh, where's my neck gaiter? There you go. Got to get my neck gaiter out. Rain gear. So, I've also got thermals, which would normally be over there, but I'll be most probably putting these on in the morning when we take off because she's going to be cold. So rain gear is, I've just got the, what is it? It's a dry rider. So this will double, so I'll be able to wear that. If it's raining, I'll wear this in the morning because it also blocks the wind and keeps you warm. So not just for rain, but then also around camp, I'll be having a hoodie with me, and I can put that on and then put that over the top, and hey presto, I'm toasty warm. No problems whatsoever. There's something that I haven't done, and that, are we still recording? Yes, we are. These are, I think these are bloody ski pants things. I've had these for years, and it was normally for when I was on Harry the Cruiser, and these would go over my jeans, but they're really good because they zip, like you can pull the bloody things totally apart, so you don't have to worry about taking off boots and struggling to get them over boots. These just work really, really well. I'm hoping that, and I'm pretty sure they will, they'll go over my adventure pants, so that if it does start raining, I can utilise these. Because I tell you what, the last time, actually it was the Castlemaine Ramble ride. There was a whole heap of us on that one, and it just rained. It kind of like snuck up on us, and it felt like it wasn't going to get too wet, so we just all kept going. By the time we got to Vaughan Springs, which wasn't far from camp, we were all soaked. I was literally shaking in the rotunda because we were that wet and cold. And then I tell you, I've got my, it was my favourite, it's my favourite jacket. Oh, get those in there. I wonder if I can get it down. Oh. So this jacket here, that if you see, yeah, can you see that? That was on that trip. Everybody was around the fire trying to dry all their stuff, and of course, whenever you do that, you think, no, I'm going to be careful. I'm going to watch, you know. You're always bloody burning your shit, whether it's your gloves or, yes, you know, stuff like that. I mean, this still works without that, but yeah. What happens? Christ, I feel like I need a bit of bloody alcoholic beverage. Got to be getting close to that now. So that's all my riding gear. So the communication, luggage, drunk drawer, water. The pantry, I've just got, you know, breakfast will be an up and go. I've got lunch, so salami and cheese. Dinner, I'm going to do hamburgers. Coffee, it's just going to be satchels. And I've got snacks, so Anzacs and a couple of bananas. Is all I'm going to bloody need. We'll most probably, we've got to stop for lunch. We don't normally, when we do the Ramble one, we stop in the bush to have lunch because we normally used to have the support vehicle and have all the lunch on board. But this time we don't. So I'll see what the other guys are doing. We're going to be stopping at Bridgie. So there's a bakery there, and then there's the servo as well. So plenty of options to do that, but I'll just run that shit. So cooking wise, doing a little bit different. I normally like to carry that bloody pan, but I'm going to utilise my pot and pan set. The reason why I do that, because it's big and you can just throw shit on there, whereas the little pan in here, sometimes if the sausages don't fit in there, you've got to cut them up and stuff like that. But I'm just doing hamburgers, so that should work in there. So that's just a pot and pan. I can boil water, cook food, whatever. I can do it on the fire because we'll be having a campfire there. But in my cook pack, I've got a stove and utensils, the fire loaders, and all lots of bits and pieces, salt and pepper and all that kind of shit. So we're running that. There's that. I just went to get up and go. I thought it was just going to be a normal little thing, but they've now got this thing. So I thought I'd get it, but it's like, I don't know how much it was, like $5. It's like, bloody hell. I'll have to work something out. See, it'd be good, doing bacon and eggs in the morning, but we're normally leaving, like on average, would be leaving camp by 10. That's just a little bit too early for me. So normally for breakfast, I'll just have a couple of Wheat Bix and a piece of toast with Vegemite on it, and that's it. And then at lunchtime, I'll make bacon and eggs for myself. Trying to have bacon and eggs early in the morning, I always feel a bit, what do you call it? Irky? Irky, yeah. It's too much, too bloody early. Right. I'll have just one of these, which is a little cooler bag. Boom. Put all the cold stuff. Hamburgers will be frozen. I'll put a frozen pack in there, and then the cheese and the butter and all that kind of stuff will go in there as well. Righto, cool. So that's that. I think we're getting to the end. So what I would normally do is grab a 6-pack of Jim Beam cans, and that's what I'd drink at camp. But I've been on this whole changing my diet because I'm getting older and feeling bloody crap and all that kind of. I've been changing certain things that I eat and drink and all that kind of stuff. So this is it, which it works out to be that that's a lot smaller than a 6-pack of stuff. And also, I don't have to try and keep these cold. Not that it's ever stopped me from drinking warm Jim Beam, don't worry. So in here, I've got American honey. So you can see that, love this stuff. So that's full of American honey. Now, because of when we did the podcast or the shed talk stuff with the guys here, we had a little glass or one of those things. So that's half a shot, that's a full shot. And then that you can stick in the bottle to pour your stuff and then make your drink. It was bloody Grumpy. Grumpy was the one that wanted to know because he had to drive, which is very good. It was all right for me. I could drink whatever the hell I bloody wanted and then just stumble across to the house. But yeah, my first thought was, how do I pour this without, because you don't want to spill any, into that small little thing. And it just dawned on me that I actually had this stuff already. So you just pop that in there, and then that pours straight into there brilliantly. Did not lose one drop of the old American honey. So there you go. And yeah, so I'm running soda. I can drink soda. Nay doesn't like soda water. She hates it. But there's no real taste to it. It's just bubbly water, essentially. So I thought, well, it's because that's the thing with having the Coke. It's all the sugar and all that kind of stuff, and that's what I'm trying to get away from. So I thought, bugger it, I'll use that. And I've got this. This is a plastic bloody Coke cup, and I just marked out that bottom line there is the half shot. That top line there is a full shot. And then that line there is if I've got a full shot in there, which is what I'm going to run with, I put a full shot in there. So at night time with my table and my little lamp, I'll be able to pour that in there till it gets to that line there, and then grab this, pour it to there. And hopefully, I haven't tested it yet, hopefully that will be a nice combination, and I know that I can have 5 of those. That's all. This will give me 5 of those to drink through the night. And I reckon that should be all right, because these days I'm not trying to, get myself pissed or whatever. Well, not too much. It's very easy once you start drinking to get carried away, I know. Right, so then the last thing I've got is I've added camera gear. Obviously on this basic kit I didn't obviously put camera gear because not everybody does that shit. So yeah, there's enough room on there to add all the little bits and pieces that you want on there. Well, there you go, guys. So you can get that, download that free. It's a PDF. You download it to your computer and you can print it out as many bloody times as you want. That's under the toolkit section. So to get access, it's website subscriber, it's free. You just sign up and hey presto, you get access to that and all the other stuff that's in that bloody toolkit. the toolkit thing, and obviously you can also use it on this thing as well. Righto, well, I've still got a little bit more bloody bits and pieces to go, get myself organised. Hopefully you enjoyed coming around, just seeing. I enjoy looking at what other people do and how I get ideas and you know, all that kind of stuff. So share it around. Righto guys, remember, keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on keeping on.